You know, you said the world knows you as Chiquis, but you have like this other, like that you've been protecting. Like, what made you say like, hey, I'm kind of ready to share this with the world?
I think it happened in 2024 after I had my miscarriage. That was like a pivotal moment for me.
Do you feel there's some sort of pressure representing Latinas in the música mexicana space?
Yeah, in a way, and not only in the genre, but also pressure with being the daughter of, that was for a long time. It was tough because people didn't see me for me.
Oh, what does Jana represent that Chiquis didn't?
Jana represents the softer side that Chiquis, it was hard for Chiquis to sit in.
En la pared de Agushto Papa. Agushto Papa. De Agushto Papa. Agushto Papa. De Agushto Papa.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and listen to us on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
But guys, today we have a special guest. Second time we interview her, but first time that it's like a full podcast. Give it up for Chiquis.
Hey! Oh my God, it is our first like full podcast.
Yeah, first.
Right.
Yeah.
Our first conversation was short.
Yeah.
And a lot of things happened and
And
were
a
said in
lot
that
of things
short period of time.
If you guys
made it on the news
remember,
for a
we made it on the news for a whole week. I was very proud. My mom told me,
Yeah.
like his mom called him, like, hey, you guys are on the news. I was like, hopefully for something good. And
It's
It was
funny
something good.
Yeah, it's
Something
funny
good.
because like we've accomplished like pretty crazy stuff, like having our own billboard at New York Times. But like my mom doesn't care about that. But like seeing me on Telemundo, she
You up
cried.
right now?
Dude, oh.
She was like, nah, she actually cried. But she was more proud of me for being on Telemundo than like.
having the billboard.
Yeah, having
Which,
the
by the
billboard.
way, you guys, congratulations. I have
Oh, thank
seen everything you guys are doing, and that honestly me da mucho orgullo. You guys are doing great, and I'm happy to be here. So just whatever you guys want to ask me, I just came here to chill on the new couch, so it's comfy too.
Yeah, this is a new
Thanks.
couch.
Yeah, low key, we've been using this set just to change up the vibes and get people comfortable, which I see you're very comfortable.
I'm very
and,
comfortable.
We're ready. We're ready to talk about anything.
Awesome.
Dale pues. We do want to congratulate you on your album that's coming. Well, it drops tomorrow.
Yes.
And I think I don't know.
By the time it comes out, by the time you guys are watching this, it's already out. So.
Well,
Yes, thank you.
Shout out
Oh my
Chiquis
God.
because she also invited us to her listening party. It was a blast,
Oh, Mr. Bull. Did you invite them the way I asked
Mr.
you?
Bull's fault.
Damn.
No, Richard, be honest. Did you or no? You forgot.
Richard has 3 phones.
Te lo
It's that
prometo.
second and third
I
phone.
put this down on my mom's memory. I told him to invite you guys. I thought que no podía. Se lo juro.
Damn, that was,
Richard had 2 phones on his hands right now. And
I know. That's my manager, Mr. Bull over there.
damn.
Shout
So
out
if you guys
Richard.
get a manager, make sure he doesn't have a second phone. Nah, just kidding. No, but how was the listening
It was
party?
awesome. Honestly, it was exactly what I had envisioned and better. Like I wanted it to be like an outside because this album's coming with a visual album, so it'll be on my YouTube channel, and I wanted it to be like this isn't an experience. It's un viaje de sanación, So anyway, I wanted people to come. First thing they were gonna do is take off their shoes, take off the day because it was Monday. So I was like, just take off the day.
Everybody had to take their shoes off.
Everyone. I gave them slippers. I'm like, dress warm. I said, dress warm, bring socks, we'll have blankets, and just take off your shoes because when you take off your shoes, it automatically puts you like in a different setting. Like it just grounds you. So we did that. We had wine. It's Monday. So I was like, some wine, some weed, a lot of food. And then everyone just watched the 45-minute video and people were crying. It was so beautiful.
Damn, imagine being high. Dude, I'd probably be like, spaced the fuck out or something,
Dude, imagine like you're high, you have some drinks, and then you get the munchies. You gotta go grub,
Dude,
and then you
that's
watch
why.
the film that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope everybody got a good high, because imagine just like people panicking.
No, everybody was chilling. It was all chill vibes. Like I made sure that we started with like a harp. There was someone like playing the harp in the beginning. So it just like set the tone.
Wait, harp is like the little like.
Yeah, the
I've never
the one
seen
that
it,
looks
yeah.
like angels, played. Yeah, so that one. But it was cool. It was fun. You guys, I'm sorry about that. I really did think that you guys were invited. Se los prometo. It's okay. We're gonna have more parties and more celebrations. So you guys will come. It'll be fun.
The W's are gonna keep coming, but like I said, we do want to congratulate you on your new album. From what we've listened, from what we heard, like it's something very different. Can you talk about the creative process of this album? And I feel like it's a whole journey itself. Can you talk about that?
For sure. It is very different from anything I've ever done. I think that it's very unique. I don't think anyone has done this. My inspiration came from Pink Floyd. So I love Pink Floyd. So I was like, they take you on just a trip, and it's a continuous album. So this album is continuous. It's for 45 minutes. It's just music, and one song goes into the other. I didn't know I was going to do that until kind of like in the middle of the process. But of course, it's very different from my banda. There's folk. It's pop, R&B, Spanish and English. It's very Jana. Por eso le puse Jana, because this is mi nombre de pila, you know? And it was my mom's name too. My mom's name is Dolores Jana. So it's kind of like a tribute to her. It's kind of like a full circle type of moment of me coming back to my true self. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to sing banda anymore. You know, me gusta el desmadre, because I do. That's very much me too. But right now I'm in I went through this whole healing thing, and I went to a lot of retreats, and I learned so much that I just want to share it with people. And that's what this album is about. It's going to definitely take you on an emotional, liberating journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the vibe that I got off like the songs. It was very like, damn, I don't know how to explain it, but like if I had to use some words, it was like faith, like spiritual, and like
like soothing, or
like meditation. I don't know, like
yes.
like
the
healing,
right words, you know?
something like that.
Like healing. There you go.
Everything you guys just said is exactly what it is. And I love it because it's supposed to really get you out of your head. When I tell people, like, this isn't the album that you're gonna like, unless you absolutely want to, but like for me, it's an album where it's a time that you take for yourself to like really just say, I'm gonna spend time with myself. 45 minutes of our day is nothing when you really think about it. So I ask people, don't listen to it with any distractions, no television, no phone. Just have a moment to yourself, and that's hard to do nowadays because we're overstimulated, you know? So that's why for me, that's like my goal. And I know there's a few songs that you could bump every day and be like, hell yeah, there's party, there's free, there's cumbias and stuff. But this one, I would like for people to listen to it at least once a week, like full on, you know, from the beginning to the end. Cause it's supposed to soothe you and just get you like centered again.
And would you say like this is probably like one of your most like personal projects so far?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like naming it after like yourself, like Janae, not Chiquis.
I wanted basically like Chiquis to introduce Janae, you know, because Chiquis is like the shell and what people have known, and I've protected my soul, which I call Janae, which is me. But now I'm ready. Now I feel like, okay, I'm ready to freaking share this, you know? So I wanted to name it Janae. And that's another thing that came a little like later in the process. Because I do feel it's very me and it's very different, and I want to show a different side of me. It's not necessarily like, oh, she's reinventing herself. That's always been me. Now I'm just ready to show it, I guess, in ways. And I've healed a lot and I've learned a lot. So I don't know if that made sense, but
I was going to ask, sorry, like what made you know, you said the world knows you as Chiquis, but you know, you have like this other, you know, like you know that you've been protecting. Like what made you say like, hey, you know, I'm kind of ready to share this with the world?
I think it happened in 2024 after I had my miscarriage. That was like a pivotal moment for me. And just like internally, I did a lot of internal work. And I think that's where it started. And I felt like I was so busy and I was working a lot, thank God. But it was taking a toll on me, especially after that I needed to like do some soul searching. So I went to like a lot of retreats. And I knew I always wanted to do this. I always wanted like a self-titled album. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. And I knew I wanted to do some type of healing, like music that exalts God, because God is like what has gotten me through. But it was almost like inevitable. Like I couldn't like resist what I was feeling. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing so good in banda right now. And people were like, are you sure? You just won your 3rd Latin Grammy. And I'm like, yeah, but I have to do this. If I don't do it, I feel like I'm going to lose myself. So it was just that yearning of like, as scary as this is, I'm going to take this leap of faith right now and I'm going to risk it and I'm going to bet on myself.
And what was that experience like at the retreats? Because I've heard some people talk about like those retreats, but I've never like really asked like, oh, like what is it?
Yeah, like we never really been on one.
Yeah. So, okay, you guys. So these retreats, you go and you set an intention like, okay, it's basically more than anything to just quiet the outside noise and just be with yourself and journal a lot and like set an intention of like, what do I want to get out of this? And it's not always like, oh, plant medicine or you're going to do something crazy or like, you know, no, it's breath work. It's journaling, it's meditating, and it's just centering yourself. And it's just like really quiet. All you need is like 2 days and you just feel so refreshed. And
wait, sorry, what's breath work?
So breath work is like intentional breathing. So it's like, and you do that a lot. And and then to a point where you don't need any drugs or anything to give you this like crazy, like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Like you feel everything in your body. It's like really beautiful and liberating. I did it for my writing camp for this album, actually, with all the writers. And some people cried. Like it moves things.
Yeah,
we're all
I feel like I've
energy.
seen-
Yeah. And if like, whenever now that I'm like nervous or I'm like upset, I get pissed, because I still get pissed, of course. I literally just breathe, like intentional breathing, like, and it just sets you into like, okay, I'm fine. Nothing else matters. La chingada todo, lo que no te sirve. You know?
Yeah, man, how long is that for? Because I think I've seen a boxer do that, and like everybody in his camp was like crying. But like, what do you feel like when you're like breathing, like just like?
At first, you feel like, oh my gosh, this is annoying. Like in the beginning, because you're just like, okay, well, nothing's happening. And like all of a sudden you're just like, okay, just come back. Because it's teaching you to come back and just be here, because then your mind wants to think about things and think about how boring it is. But then all of a sudden you just keep on doing it. And you feel almost like, it's like a euphoric feeling of like, oh my gosh, I can't explain what I'm feeling, but sometimes your fingers cramp up a little bit, like your legs, like, but you can't help because you're just in this crazy, relaxing like state. And then you feel so crazy, you're like, oh my God. And then you start like, you can't help but to cry, because you're just like, whoa, like I feel alive, because we don't breathe enough. Even sometimes when I'd get nervous or whatever, like I would stop breathing, or, you know, and it's like, shit, it's so important to breathe. It connects us in every way, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta, maybe one day I'll do like a little breathwork sound bath for you guys.
Damn, that is kind of crazy that you mentioned that when you're nervous.
I'm worried about my breathing. Like, am I breathing? Like,
He stopped breathing for a minute.
you saw me. I was like,
He's up.
am I doing this right? Like,
just stopped
I don't know if
breathing
I'm
for a minute.
here.
No, you're breathing fine. But
He's just like,
we all forget how to breathe.
dude,
Got me so worried.
imagine Chiquis teaches us and then he just passes out.
Then see, we
Oh
can't
my
take
God.
nothing serious. People are trying to like help us in like our healing journey and shit. Like,
No.
Hey,
my bad.
that's
all he heard was no drugs, but just breathing.
He's all-
No, I think now that you mentioned like these things of like when you're nervous, you forget to breathe. And then I was just thinking right now, like, damn, that's crazy. Like when I get nervous or like I'm uncomfortable, like I do kind of like hold my breath, you know, I'm just like, oh shit.
We
like,
tense up.
Like in my head, you know?
Yeah.
And I also want to say like, I admire that, you know, you went and, you know, you got on this journey for yourself, but then you also did it musically, you know?
Thank you.
Because I feel like a lot of artists, like they're focused on, you know, having a facade and projecting this image. But like, I think it's respectable when an artist like puts themselves in a vulnerable state and really does something for themselves, you know?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. That means a lot.
I think too. Like,
Thank you.
I think a lot of artists, or we know, you know, maybe we get to see a little closer up some artists, and although they want to do something in specific, like they have to go commercial or not exactly what
There
they
you
want to
go.
do.
Exactly.
And honestly, like when I heard this album, like honestly, like it stopped me on my tracks. I was like, hold up, like this is totally different. And I think, you know, like you said, you know, it's commendable that you decided to completely go a different route to kind of follow what you wanted to do.
Yeah, thank you. And that's why I decided to go independent again, because I knew that was the only way to get this done. And I was scared, you know, it was a great deal, but I had to take a risk, and I'm glad I did, because I feel like this is going to help a lot of people. This album is for everyone. It's for everyone, but maybe it's not for everyone right now, and that's okay. It'll find them, and they will find each other, because it's something full of love and light and goodness. Like we all need that. We all need something like that. And of course I thought about like, oh, well, where the heck am I going to even put this album? Like, where do you put it? There's so many different things, but I'm like, well, it is what it is. And I'm glad I was able to like express myself in this way, because this album and all this music is not necessarily for the charts. It's for the hearts, you know?
Yeah, I like
And I heard Karol G's manager sister say that, and I was like, yes, with the song Milagros that she had come out with, the people were like, what is this? But it's one of her it's a freaking beautiful song. I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's for the hearts. It's different. It just hits different. So thank you guys so much for that.
Yeah, and also I wanted to ask too, what does Janae represent that Chiquis didn't?
Janae represents the softer side that Chiquis, it was hard for Chiquis to sit in. because of course being in a male dominated genre, and not only that, I had all odds against me when I started my career, and it was difficult, that I always felt like I had to be in my masculine energy. Like, well, again, not that I want to fight, but I had to defend myself. So forever I was like, oh shit, like they're coming for me, and I'm like, hell no, no me voy a dejar. And that gets so exhausting.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? That I'm just like, fuck, I just want to be in my feminine energy. Like, I want to just fucking chill. Like just leave me alone. And right now, even if people don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm like, it's cool. You guys want to talk shit? It's cool. I'm used to it. The good thing is now I don't care, and I'm just doing what I want to do. But for a long time, that's what it was. Chiquis didn't have softness, like, or couldn't. It wasn't allowed because it's like this fucking crazy pressure. And I'm like, it was me, and I did my best at that time, and thank God I healed all that. But now I could just chill, you know, and really be unapologetically myself. And I'm so happy to be here on that, you know, on that feeling.
Damn, and how long do you think it took for you to like make that switch of just like stop caring about like what people have to say?
It's been a process for sure. I think for me, where it started, and I was with Porque Soy Abeja Reina, because I had a little issue with that album and that name, and that was for me a moment of like, hey, this is an opportunity to say, okay, I'm not gonna fight a certain situation. I'm just gonna write another song, and I'm gonna do whatever I want. And I felt like this is Abeja Reina, like this is what it is. And from there, something started where I was like, me la creo. Más y más, I'm like, I know who I am. What the hell? Like, I just have to believe in myself. And I think that's where it started. And little by little, it's just gotten easier and easier. And now I could tell you probably like where I'm like, ahora sí, maybe like less than a year ago. It's a process, you know what I mean? And it's not something that goes away forever. Sometimes I catch myself wanting to people please or do things because I don't want to disappoint people. But I'm like, wait, like I have to remember, like when I stay true to myself, things just work out better. Like I just need to keep doing that, because I can't afford to like lose myself, because I still want to do this for a long time.
Yeah, for like trying to please other people.
Exactly.
And stuff,
yeah.
Do you feel like you had to remove yourself from certain environments to get to this position that you're in? Maybe like you're saying, like maybe people that were like basically scrutinizing you for certain things.
Yeah. You know what? I've noticed that I think maybe in the beginning when I started this like healing stuff, I did feel like some things felt unfamiliar. But then now that I've been able to navigate through it, and I'm like, okay, I could find the balance. I could still be around certain situations and still be me. But I haven't had to force anything as far as like people falling off, because I always like ask God to remove anything or anyone that no longer serves my highest good. So como que ellos se van yendo solitos y ya no me duele tanto. Like I'm just kind of like, okay, I understand. Like now I know they're just not meant to be with me in this season of my life. And it has happened where I'm like, I've had people that I'm like, I'm just not connecting with you anymore. And it just falls off. I don't text anymore or whatever, you know?
Yeah. So you kind of had to let things kind of roll out naturally.
And just let it be. And like, unless it's like a certain situation or a certain someone, you know, I see. Pero other than that, like I've just kind of like, let shit flow, you know? Keep swimming.
Yeah. You did mention that to release this album, you had to go independent. How has the process of, you know, starting your own record label been, you know?
Yeah. Well, I had it for a while. I started my career as an independent artist. My record label se llama Sound Records. So I started that way. It was very difficult. It's a lot of investment. So when I had the opportunity to sign with Fonovisa, I took it, and they were so good to me. We got so much done together. I am so grateful. It was such a hard decision for me to walk away, because I'm such a grateful person and a loyal person. So I cried so much. Even talking about it still makes me emotional, but I just knew I needed to do this for myself. So I was really scared, because I was like, dang, that means I just have to sacrifice a little bit more. I can't go on certain trips. I can't buy certain things, because I need to invest in my career again. And that's okay. It's going to come back. But it feels good, because it's like you're making these adjustments, and it's like, you know that they're going to pay off later, and it's okay,
right.
You know? And then I'm like, at least I'm doing what fucking makes my heart like soar. I feel so happy. I love going to the studio. I love singing the songs. Like that's how I know. I love listening to my own music. For a long time, I didn't like listening to my own music. I don't know if other artists are like that, but for me now, I'm like, I listen to it all day, and it feels good. And I think it's because I'm like, now it's really mine, you know? And that feels different for sure.
Damn, that's actually pretty crazy, because I think like last week we had Calle 24, and I feel like what you're telling us, like I feel like he's experiencing like the same thing, because even he told us like, oh, back then I would like drop a song and I just like would try to avoid listening to it, you know? But like now, like he's entering this like new chapter of his life where he's enjoying like things more. I guess like everything's a little bit different now, but like he mentioned that too. Like, oh, like now all I listen to is like my own music, you know?
Yeah, it's
so I feel like that's like an artist, like I don't know, like maturing is like the right word, but like just like going on to like the next chapter of their life, you know?
Exactly. Because I think maybe sometimes we have done things in our career because it's what's trending. It's what we need to do to survive, to, you know? And then it gets to a point where you're like, it no longer fits. Like, I need to sing this. And maybe that's why, I mean, I'll listen to some of my bangers and I'm like, that's a good ass song, like Diamantes or whatever. But then I couldn't listen to it like this one. Now it soothes me too. It's like a diary for myself. So that's kind of cool. That's awesome that he feels the same way. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think maybe because, you know, as an artist, like you enter the music industry and, you know, like they mold you a certain way. And then, you know, it takes a few years for you to be like, hey, you know, like the music industry works like this, but I'm kind of like this person. And, you know, to kind of stand up for yourself.
Yeah, it takes a while for you to like, because you step into this and you're like, well, they know best. And they do. And they take you to that certain place. But then it comes where it's like, hey, wait a second. Like, I tengo que alzar la voz because yo soy la que estoy defendiendo esto en un escenario, you know? So you just have to have the right team, and thank God I do. So, because that's another hard part, like finding people
like the right
trust.
team.
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably like the hardest thing in the music industry, you know?
To find someone that you can trust that's gonna like guide you and do right by you and like respect also your creativity and that, you know, it's really, thank goodness, like we're chilling on that part.
Yeah,
this
like
wasn't an easy decision for anyone.
And what were like some of the things that kind of scared you about, you know, stepping away from Fonovisa, going independent once again, and, you know, like going into that new phase, you know, not only as an artist, but as a businesswoman now controlling that?
Yeah, I mean, what I missed the most or what scared me the most at that time was, you know, like having that big name, you know, and the big team. And I was scared. But then I took, again, the leap of faith. And then, you know, they Double P Remonstrable Management. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Double P Management and Prahin, they took me under their wing as management. So that helped a lot because I didn't have to worry about that. I was so scared of like the paperwork and having a this and that. That's what I dreaded because I was like, that's like footwork. But thank goodness I have a management team that takes care of my label for me. So that's a blessing, like honestly, because that's what I was like scared of the most. Yeah. Keeping all that stuff in line it's important.
Yeah. How has your fan base reacted and, you know, fuck, I lost my train of thought. How can we cut this off?
Yeah, you're totally fine.
We can't cut it off.
How has your fan base reacted to this new journey of yours? Because I mean, the fans they tune into anything. You know, they're invested. Yeah. They love you.
I have my OG fans that I knew. I'm like, they got me. Like I know they know me because I have this hashtag that I use on social media, like So Janae. So I've always kind of slowly showed them who Janae is. Very hippie, very funky, you know, like look at my buns. This is very, you know. So I felt like they got it. There were some people that were honest with me and were like, look, Chiquis, like, I'm happy for you. You're doing what you want to do. But that's not my thing. You know, I like banda. I'll wait for your banda stuff. And I'm like, hell yeah, I respect that. Like, wait for me. I'm coming back, you know. And then there's other people that just were a little skeptical, but because they love me, went to my show that I had here in LA. And they're like, I don't know what the hell you did, but something moved inside of me. I cried, and it's like I wasn't even drunk. And at your other shows, I'm drunk, but I felt something. So I think it was a little bit of everything. And then haters, of course, just like, y ahora Chiquis que la bruja, you know. Dude, you have no idea how many things they've said, but I'm like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that too.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna take a quick break.
Oh, 25.
25.
Right, yeah.
Damn, how often do you smoke?
Heck yeah, breathe. Okay, that's a good question. I was abusing of the medicine, okay, because it's medicine, for a while. Like I was smoking like every day. I started just by, I'm gonna sleep, and then it just started, you know. But I don't have an addictive personality.
He's laughing at this.
I'm just like, you're like 3 steps ahead of his journey. He hasn't came to the realization that every day is abusive.
Funny, dude.
Se pasa.
I'm just saying.
Hilarious.
Because he said like it's just for sleepy. Shut up.
No, dude, that's how it started for me. I was like, I'm gonna sleep, and then I slept really good, and then I was like, I'm stressed. Okay, a little bit during the day, little every day, dude. And then I was like, no, so I do breaks. I'll do 40 day cleanses. I'll do like no alcohol, no soda, no red meat, no, like I just do those crazy things to like practice like my willpower. I love doing that. But now I've just been like, now I'm more intentional about it. Now I'll just smoke when I'm in the studio, or like if I want to relax, I pray over my weed, and I'm like, just be intentional. Anything we do and like that is excessive is not good for us. Anything. It could be, honestly, just anything. But that's like my motto. Like, okay, if I feel like me estoy pasando de lanza, then I'm like, okay, chill out a little bit. Do you guys have like a little vice? Like a little like hidden?
We have big vices.
Yeah, like what?
We're workaholics, perfectionists. Detail oriented.
Nice. Yeah. What's your sign? Your horoscope sign. Sorry.
Damn, I'm not sure.
You don't know, when were you born?
March 21st.
March 21st. You're a Pisces, I think. Pisces, yeah.
I just know it's like in the middle of two. I was like close to another one.
Yeah. The Pisces and
Pisces.
and then what's the other one that comes out?
Oh, you know what? That one.
Aries, yeah.
Aries.
Aries. There you go. That one.
Wait,
Anyway,
what are you?
I'm a Cancer. I'm the mother of the zodiac thing.
So that's like the most dominant?
No. I say that because we're more like nurturing, nos gusta cuidar. Like I'm like that type of person. Like I'm just like, I always want to like fix people and help fix their life, and like I'm motherly. I don't know.
Wait, what does like the zodiac sign say about whatever he is? Like,
Yeah, Aries. Like,
I don't know too much about Pisces, to be honest.
I looked it up this morning. It said we're gonna be even cooler today.
Dude, hell yeah.
What about,
I don't know.
what's your opinion on Scorpios? Or like,
he's asking because he's a Scorpio. You're trying to be so
Okay,
cool.
no,
Like,
no, honestly,
I'll give you my opinion.
I have a.
I asked the talent, you're not talent.
Okay, so Scorpios are very okay.
You could be
From what
honest,
I know.
honestly. Very,
No,
just,
not from experience, just what the thing says,
Okay, so this is what Scorpios, or my experience has been with like Scorpios. I know they are they're very cool, they're very chill, pero si los haces enojar, te pican con la cola. That's a Scorpio. Like it's con la cola, but no, but like they're super chill, like they're super chill, happy or whatever. But then like you piss them off, and they could like really like bite, and then they're very sexual. Like that's what I don't know, dude. I don't know if you are. I don't even. You know what I mean?
bro.
I'm just saying. Okay, and then I think that's all I know. I'm just gonna shut up already.
what about Leo? I'm a Leo.
Oof.
Okay, so Leos,
Cool as fuck.
are you very perfectionist? Are you like a perfectionist? Yeah, and then also son también como pueden ser cabroncitos. Like like it's like I'm gonna prove my point. Like I'm gonna freaking until I prove my point. Yeah, that's Richard Bull.
He just became a believer in horoscopes.
You, Chewy? What are you?
Pisces.
No, I'm Aries.
Sexual as fuck. I get it.
Yeah, he's trying to out her. That's
That we should
crazy.
leave all of this in.
Heck yeah,
Might as well just leave it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're already recording
Pisces.
everything.
yeah, low-key, I like that. That was funny.
Yeah, and then like, what's some of the best advice you've received that you kind of like pass on to us and all the viewers?
Well,
'Cause we need some help.
yeah, I think the best advice I've ever received is not being afraid of failing. Like knowing that failure is a part of success. Obviously, that's not the goal, obviously, but not being afraid of it. Because when we're afraid of it, then we don't allow ourselves to grow and to experience life and to like grow to our full potential because we're just so freaking scared. It paralyzes our growth. So to me, it's like, okay, just try something and try it. I'd rather try things and know, oh, it didn't work out than to live like, damn, I could have done that and I didn't do it por el que dirán or out of fear. So to me, it's try it. At least you know I tried it. Didn't work out. Cool. Now I know, because you're going to get wisdom anyway. So to me, I feel like that's like, I'm a risk taker. And I think it's because I'm like, oh, I'm scared as hell, but I'm just going to take this leap of faith. Y a ver, I'll be fine. I'll figure it out. So yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared of failure, guys. It'll make you stronger.
And to make the question more personal, what has been your biggest risk in your life?
Damn.
When she said no to the back for phono.
I would have took that back. Photo man right now. Like,
Dude, that's for sure one of the biggest, for sure. Where I was like, oh my gosh, this would help me a lot,
Yeah.
Of course, but I'm like, no, like, so that, yes. But I think one of the biggest risks I took was deciding to get married again. Because I believed in marriage, but I was afraid of it. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was like a good risk. I was like, I'm going to do this because I'm going to I love this person. And it's been a beautiful thing. Like, God willing, it lasts forever. God willing, we work at it every day. But like, I'm glad that I did it. I didn't I wanted to run for like the first 2 years. I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of feeling. And I'm glad that I stuck with it. And here we are. So I feel like in my personal life, that's what it would be. And in my career, I think just making this album is a huge, huge risk for my career. But it'll be all right.
And then kind of touching up on that, I've heard people say that they don't believe in marriage, but I feel like I don't really understand like what they mean by that. Like,
yeah.
What does that mean? Like not believing in it?
Okay, because I was raised in a home where my mom got divorced, and not to like shame my mom in any way, because now I understand more than ever. But like, my mom wasn't like, okay, it's not working, cool, next. I'm not gonna like, like I grew up with that mentality of like, can anyone really be monogamous? Like, I didn't have a good example of a good marriage. I was so scared of like, dang, and this person cheats and then this happens. And it's just like, now I know what it really is. And a relationship in general is choosing the person every day. But I think there are people that are like, I don't believe in monogamy. I don't believe in this just one person for all of us. It's a choice. It's like, I want to be a good person and treat this person that I love well, and just take it day by day, But for a long time I was like, that shit ain't gonna work. Like, I'm not, like I knew with my first marriage, it wasn't going to last the day it happened, but I did it it was too deep in.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Cause sometimes I'm like, I've honestly thought about that. I was like, what if like 2 days in, I'm like, shit. Like what?
Like this not it,
scary,
fam.
And I feel like it's something that we've, I guess as like we grow older, like we think like about that,
Yeah, you think like
uncharted territory, to be honest.
But like you're still like, I feel like you're still young, I think, and this is the time I feel that for you to like explore and live your life. But you'll know when you find someone, you're like, I like this person, I like hanging out with them, even if they annoy the hell out of me and I don't like certain things. I really like this person, and that's a difference where you're like, it's gonna feel different. Right now, it's just because you're chilling, Do you have a girlfriend?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
He wants to get a girlfriend though.
You want a girlfriend?
I'm gonna look into it.
Okay, look, do me a favor. Next time you get like, there's a girl that you like, call me up. I'm so good with like intuition and knowing. I'm gonna tell you what type of girl she is. I swear to you. In that aspect, I'm a bruja. I am.
Take out a picture of the girl you're talking to, and then we'll let Chiquis.
No, what if like once there's somebody, you come back and we just like go over it in person?
I promise.
With the cameras.
Yes, we'll go.
I'll be like, ¿qué pasen?
Yeah, be like, ven pa' acá. Sit down. I want to see what's. I'll tell you. I promise you. I'll tell you where she's at in her life. Like I'll be able to know.
That's sick.
Yeah, I have like that little thing. I don't know. It's a thing. I've always had it. I would ignore it a lot though in my own life. But okay, you learn.
I actually have two questions. Do you feel like getting married young is like a bad thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Or like, do you recommend it?
I recommend to get married like in your 30s, especially as a man. I think men, like, unless you're just like very different and very wise beyond your years and mature and know what you want, there are people like that. But I think in general, like, I think it's great for someone to get married in their 30s, because your 20s is you're exploring, you're starting to get like to know yourself, and then 30s are like, oh, you become a little bit more unapologetic. So it's just like kind of like you've lived a lot. I say just live. Like my husband, he had a lot of girlfriends and dated a lot and did his thing, and I feel confident like he's already tried all of what he needed to try, and now he knows that I'm the girl. So for me, that makes me feel better, And he's what? He's 33, I think. 33, about to be 34. But yeah, he lived a crazy life in his 20s though. That's why. But I don't know. I it's different for everyone, I feel.
Okay, and my follow-up question is, with this career that you have, you're so invested, and you did mention that a marriage is, being so like attached to somebody. How do you balance like having this professional, successful career with, that marriage where you also have to cater to it every single day?
Yeah.
You have to cater to both things every single day.
Yeah, because I feel like in a way, like you're also married to like what you do,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this comes from like saying that like there's two things that require like your full attention.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So for me, I've been able to like find the balance, and it wasn't easy. I think it's for sure having someone that's understanding and being 100% like honest from the very beginning of like, this is what's important to me. This is my career. And whether you can pay the bills or not, this is still something I need to do and I love to do. So I respect what you do and you have to respect what I do. And like respecting each other's individuality of like, we don't own each other. I don't want a relationship like that. I don't want a relationship where I can't trust someone. You need to trust me porque tengo que trabajar a gusto. And I need to trust you because for my husband, takes pictures of beautiful women. And like, I have to know, well, hey, I'm not going to worry about that. But it was like communicating that. And also like, I think I have so much peace in my relationship because we trust each other that I'm able to do what I do and he does what he does. And then I also know when I'm home, if I'm home, I'll put my phone down and be like, I'm going to cook for him right now. I that's important to me. And then after a certain time, I'm like, okay, after 8 o'clock, I'm like, I'm going to try not to be on my phone. It's sometimes hard. It's something that I'm still trying to master. But that's why I wake up early in the morning at 5 a.m. to get my workout in, to get my stuff in because he wakes up later and that, so it's like really finding that time of like, this is important to me and I'm going to carve in, I'm going to make the time is more than anything. But it's just making the time and like saying, because sometimes I just need days to myself where I'm like, I need to go and me voy a la playa and I'm going to freaking chill by myself. And that just recharges me too. So it's a thing. It takes time, but you start finding your groove in the relationship. But I think it's being adamant. This is what I want. And this is what will keep me happy in this relationship. And if they love you enough, they're going to respect it, I feel.
Yeah. And you mentioned like, having that trust with your husband and everything. But was it ever hard at one point because of like the jobs that you guys have? Like how you mentioned, like he takes pictures of like women, but like you're like an artist and you're going on tour and stuff. The
first 2 years were tough because again, I think he felt my energy of like I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I was scared. I was like, oh, I'm still, because when I met him, I was like, I'm tainted. I'm jaded. There's a lot going on within me. I'm heartbroken. And I don't know si le quieres entrar, And he was like, yeah, let's do this. And then I think like in the span of the first like month, he was like on a boat with like a bunch of video girls and like there was just ass galore everywhere. And I was like, oh my gosh. But I knew, I was like, this isn't something that he's doing wrong. He's communicating with me that this is happening. If it makes me feel insecure or worried, it's something I need to work on, and I started self-reflecting. I'm like, I don't want to be that jealous, crazy girlfriend. Like I want to be confident in myself and know that there's beautiful women everywhere, but I have something special and he likes that special something. So I had to like terapiarme, like for real, where I'm like, and then him too, like at first it was like, I'm not used to like having this girl on stage and everyone wants her attention and maybe guys want to do this and that to her. And he did therapy for the first 2 years of our relationship. Every week he did his individual therapy. I did mine. And I think it's what really saved our relationship because it was difficult. It was hard to adjust. And we needed to learn to trust each other. And that came with time because, things happen. So yeah, it was tough.
Damn. So if you ever need help, Angel's also a photographer.
That's crazy.
Like, Angel, like, si
we're going to figure this out for real this time. Sir, can we please make that a highlight?
I got you, dude.
Damn. Need a lot of advice there.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that we're having these conversations and, something that like I notice is that you're very like knowledgeable and self-aware and not only like in yourself, but like you're very successful in your music. Do you feel there's some sort of pressure representing Latinas in the música mexicana space?
Wow. Yeah, in a way. And not only in the genre, but also pressure with being the daughter of, that was for a long time. It was tough because people didn't see me for me. And I'm like, dude, like, I want you to see me for me. And I tried my best to just push myself away from a lot of things that had to do with my mom because I was hurt and everything. And then eventually I got the hang of it. And I think people can now see Chiquis as Chiquis. And it took a lot of work. But now I do feel that responsibility of like learning from everything that I went through and showing that respect and that support to other women. Because there's this like false like truth where people are like, oh, there's only one spot in Mexican regional women. I mean, Mexican regional in música mexicana, in música mexicana for women. And that's not true. There's so many women like, and I do feel like, hey, I'm here, I'm representing this genre. And also it is my responsibility to bring us together and show love to one another. Porque es lo que falta, more than anything. But not in a bad way. I don't feel like it's heavy. And for a long time, I felt like my last name was heavy. Like, now I'm like, I embrace it. Now I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. And And yeah, at the end of the day, I've always been Chiquis though.
Yeah, I feel like you were dealt like such a unique set of cards, and you were able to. I mean, I think was the coolest part is that I feel like you are living it like on your own terms.
Yeah,
I feel like with música mexicana and the industry, and being male dominated and all that stuff, that comes with it.
Yeah.
You could have like gone into, I don't know, just like became part of the music industry, and like just a piece
because it could swallow you.
Yeah,
for sure. And you guys have been around it, like, you know what I mean? And it's okay. Like, it's stuff that we like learn, and thank goodness tenía la escuela de mi mamá, where I saw everything that she went through, and thank God for everything that, all the barriers she broke, and like she gave us all a platform, but it's like we have to continue with that and support one another. But it hasn't been easy, but I don't regret anything. I would do it all over again, as crazy as that sounds, because it's been hard, but I would do it all over again.
Yeah, and then earlier we were talking about healing. I feel like, you mentioned like the album is about healing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think sometimes it's hard to balance healing with success? Because I feel like, for example, like let's say for me, like at one point, like I wanted to go to church.
Yeah.
And I started going to church. And then like, this podcast stuff started like, I mean, I prayed for this,
Yeah.
And then this podcast stuff started like popping off. And then I kind of just like forgot about like, like God and stuff for a minute. So
I get
do you
that.
think it's hard for you to balance those two things?
It was hard for a little bit, because te llama la mala vida. La mala vida is fun. I mean, there's nothing wrong, and they call it la mala vida. It doesn't mean it is la mala vida. It means that just you can still do those things. You can still do all these things and go to the parties and drink. And it's just, at the end of the day, remembering what's important, remembering I need to pray before I go to sleep. Like, keeping God in the center of everything is what I think has helped me. Because don't get me wrong, there's times where I'll go 2 weeks without meditation, but I feel it right away. I'm like, okay. I was like, girl, you need to get back on it, because you know how that goes. Because God gave you this.
Yeah.
God gave you this. So if you prayed for it, for me, in my opinion, is okay, God, like, I'm grateful. Like, I'm not gonna forget, because we tend si te jala,
Yeah.
But it's just always keeping God center. Like, it's God, and then everything else, your faith, whatever God is to you, whatever your faith is, but it's just like everything else revolves around that important thing. And I think that for me is because it gives you peace. It's the only thing that gives you like that trust in life. And when you don't have that, stuff starts going left,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I feel like it's I mean, at least for me, like it's kind of hard to like balance that. I mean, Angel, he was a full-on
go to church a lot?
son of God, and now he's
like I would even go knocking on doors and things like that, and
he was like full-on like.
Yeah, I think I even like knocked at his house one time.
Oh, he knocked at my house.
He never
that's
had
actually
to.
funny,
Is this real, or are you guys back?
No, I swear to God, this is real.
Really?
Yeah, like
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we're asking all these
first of all,
questions
I
kind of
didn't
like
open
for
the
us, but yeah, it's
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean,
it's just like
I was like, Loki, you're giving us therapy.
hell yeah, hey, dude.
But I'm saying like
here.
we're asking like in third person type thing. It's like, wait, what do you think about like this?
what do you think about Leos?
But like we're asking about like us, yeah. I mean, I think it's like not every day that you kind of run into someone or have the chance to talk to someone that has a few things figured out.
I have
If I would have asked them, it's like, fuck, I don't know.
But it's okay. I think it just comes with like things that I've lived, and it's like stuff that I love to learn too. So I'm always like searching to become the best version of myself, but I don't have it all put together, you guys. There's times where I flip out, but I know how to come back, and I'm like, okay, Janae, chill. It's okay, porque también a mí, I get it. And don't feel like it's just you guys, like, but just say at least once a month I'm going to church. I could do that, poco a poco.
When was the last time you went, Angel?
Yeah, when's the last time you went to church?
Woo!
You can have
I was
church
gonna
in your-
say something.
Damn. I was gonna clap back. No, it's been a really long
been a
time.
while?
It's been
Yeah.
a really long time.
Same, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. As far as church, it's been a while. But I meditate and pray almost every day. Yeah. But yeah, excuse me, I just burped.
I've
it
gone
out.
to church like a few times, and obviously like I'm listening to the pastor, right? But then sometimes I feel like it's hard to connect and like understand what the pastor's saying, and I think it just goes with like
We do it in Spanish or English?
Spanish.
Por eso, güey, no. Now it's the pastor's fault.
No,
We're having such a beautiful moment here. As soon as he asked, I knew where he was going with that.
I should have said English.
No. I didn't ask as a joke. I asked because like I used to go to a Spanish church and like I couldn't do that. And then once I went to like an English church, I was like, I literally go by myself. Well, not by myself, but like I don't have my parents telling me to go. That's why I didn't ask as a joke.
Oh, it's because I have the headphones where it translates.
Hey, I had
Like at the movies.
No.
Look at the movie. He has his headphones on during church.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this comes to us like at a good time. I feel like we've been trying to figure out a few things in life, you know? I feel like we were just so focused on the podcast and it honestly, like it takes over everything.
Yeah, no, I know. And you guys are doing great. I think it's that you guys don't stop that momentum, you know? I think it's just going back to that. And that's what this album is about, is really bringing you back to your center of saying, okay, like, dude, honestly, like what's 20 minutes of your day to say, you know what, like in the morning, thank you God, thank you for everything, thank you for like all these blessings that you guys have received, and then at night también, you know, it's just like communicating. Dude, I communicate all day. Like if I see, I know I'm that crazy girl that sees 11:11 and I stop and I'm like, thank you God, I feel like that's God talking to me. So I'm trying to connect every day, you feel me? I know I sound crazy, but whatever.
Damn,
My
how did
girlfriend
you
does that too. Like she always sees 222 for some reason. She's
Yeah.
like, 222. Like,
Yes, see?
like, what does that mean?
You're like, what is it?
I was like, okay. 222.
All right.
23 in a bit. Just give it a few seconds.
see, that's why you're not on your healing journey.
No, but honestly, it's kind of like your angel numbers. It's like angels are with you, like they're guiding you. Like,
Oh, like that's what it like.
Como in the spiritual world, but it's like God communicating with you through angels, through numbers. It's, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, everybody's different. Like, you know, she also gave me like this bracelet. It's like,
Oh, nice.
I don't know what.
They cuida like the
It represents.
And then like, if, I mean, I don't. Yeah.
It's more of like like, you know what it is? It's to remind you that you are protected. So it's like you connect it with your mind and you see it, and it's not like, oh, this bracelet's gonna protect me from it. It's you. It's the power you have of like, oh, I'm good. I'm protected. Thank you for the reminder. Just it's something tangible and that you could see to be like, all right, cool. I'm good.
And doesn't it mean something like if the ball falls out or something, or like something breaks?
If it breaks or stuff
what
like
does
that,
that
they
mean?
say that algo malo te iba a pasar o te vino un mal ojo or mal de ojo, and that it's like you're protected. Not to, that's kind of what it means. I don't know the ins and the outs because this comes from like, I think Judaism, I think. But is it? Oh, Kalaba, So to keep the evil eye away. But if it breaks, what does that mean? I've always heard that it's like it's protecting you from something. Maybe too many eyes on you, you know? And you do have a lot of eyes on you. So that's good that she gave you that, actually.
And I had it for like 20 years. Nothing me envidia. Am I doing something wrong?
No, you good.
I had a question over the album.
Oh, yes.
Do you feel like when you pitched the idea to everybody that basically was involved, from musicians, writers, producers, the people that do like the tracking, do you feel like you had to also take these people on this journey with you? Obviously not completely, but in a sense, like make them understand the feeling, because I think at the end of the day, music is energy and a feeling.
Yeah,
so do you feel like you had to, in a sense, take them on that little journey with you?
Some, yes. I think the most important person that I was afraid to speak to, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because if this piece is missing, like, ¿qué chingados voy a hacer? Was my manager, who I call like my dadager, because he's like a father figure to me. And like, we've been together for like 8 years now. We've been working together for 8 years. And it's like, I was, I think, afraid to disappoint him, because I'm like, dang, like, we're doing so good in this area. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to even say this? Like, it took me like months, and it was making me sick, till I was like, I just got to take him to sushi because he loves sushi. So I was like, let's sit down, dude, let's have some sushi. And he's like, okay. So then I just told him, I said, I spoke to him from my heart. I'm like, and when you speak from your heart, llega al corazón. Because I was like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend. Like, here's my heart. I'm fucking scared. I'm like, I want to know if you're in or out, because if you're out, then I need to freaking figure this out. And I get it if you don't want to. I just, and he said, yeah, I love this type of music, actually. He's like, and he showed me music that he's into and that he's done in the past, and it's very aligned. So I felt like, oh, I was so worried for nothing. But I mean, we freaking had so much fun in the studio. For me, it was telling him, because I knew if I tell him and I are on the same page, everything else was going to fall into place. Of course, it stressed him the hell out, but we figured it out. Now we can cry and be like, oh my God, this idea that we had no idea how it was going to happen, it's here. Something tangible. We're going to have vinyl. Like, it's so awesome. So yeah.
That's actually a really good question. I feel like I never thought about it like that. But when an artist has like an important project, like an album, like you really need your team on board, and you really need your team to like
sold on
have the same vision that you're
Sure.
having. You know,
You have to. They have to like love the vision and respect it and be into your project. At least for me, that's important. If I feel that there's someone that's not into it, I can respect that. But like, you're in my inner circle. This is something so sacred to me that if you're not at least like, hell yeah, it's not my thing, but I fucking fuck with what you're doing, with what you're doing. Like that, like that's all you need as an artist. Like, because they're sustaining you. Like I just said it on a post. I'm like, my team is the wind under my knee. My team is the wind beneath my wings. And that's how I really feel. Like I can't fly unless I have my team that's helping me, you know? So yeah, that's why it was so scary, because it's like, I know I have to do this, pero ¿dónde chingados voy a empezar? But thank God for Mr. Bull. We figured it out.
Now I understand why Chuy wanted your people, you know? Because it was like, it's obviously something different, you know? Like you need people to see your vision and
for sure
be heartbroken with you.
And you believe in it more than anything. Where it's like, hey, I really truly believe in this. Like, this is what I want to do. And they have to be like, all right, cool. Like, let me figure these pieces out and do it for you. You know, it really does. You really do need a village. Yeah,
because if they're like not on board and then you have this vision, they're just going to treat it like just like any other project.
Exactly.
But like you really need them to like.
Yeah. And a little bad apple, that's just real. Like, it's like, you got to have people that are like, hey, I'm about it. I'm not just with you. I'm walking with you. You know what I mean? I'm not just here to chill. Like, I'm walking with you in this. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for all the people that are watching and that are going to tune into your album, I mean, ideally, you know, you said it's a journey. So, you know, you would play it from start to finish. But what is a few tracks that really, really, really mean a lot to you? Like, that you have to like
that you
check
have
out.
to like listen to.
Like start here.
I would definitely say Espiritu, which is track 2. Healing Incantation is a long song. It's 7 minutes. Like, it's like a long song, but it's like that in itself takes you on a journey. But for sure, I would say Espiritu. Volví is a very intimate song, but I think we can all relate, where it's like we're coming back to ourselves, to like our center, to aligning, you know. That one. And then there's Free. That's a cumbia, and it's super fun and happy. And it's talking about, I'm just gonna like live my life today and live in the moment. And then we have Malibu that I have with Jesse and Joy, which is like a huge accomplishment, like an honor for me. And that's gonna, I feel like, be the song for the summer. That's like, you go in the car and you freaking put down the windows and you just feel the moment. It's about like not forgetting your inner child. So those are the songs that to me are like ones that will take you somewhere else.
Wait, what's that famous song that Jesse and Joy had?
Dueles or Corre?
Así
they
que
have?
corre,
Yeah,
corre. Oh, there you go.
Corre, corazón.
There we go. We got some songs to bump on PCH.
Heck yes, exactly. Malibu's a PCH type of song. But I love Jesse and Joy. Oh my God, that song. I'm gonna listen to that on the way home right now.
Malibu, no, Santa Monica.
Damn, for the people that are kind of like on the fence on, you know, with your album, and, you know, they were expecting something completely different. Like, what do you tell them?
To give yourself the opportunity. I may not be your cup of tea, and that's okay. But like, I think if you just open your heart to like new opportunities and not close yourself off, like you'll never, like, if you close yourself off, you're never gonna like find new things, you know. And I just like, give yourself the opportunity to be with yourself and to give this music a chance. It's different, but different is also very good. And that's it. Just una vez. Just press play and just say, I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna chill. Have a beer, lo que ustedes quieran, whatever makes you happy. Yeah.
Well, Chiquis, we want to take the time for coming on this podcast. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. Like, I actually learned a lot, you know, from your project and you as a person. What do you want to tell the people that are watching and that are going to tune into your album?
Well, first of all, thank you guys. I really enjoyed the conversation. I'm so comfortable on this couch. So thank you. And to everyone that's watching, thank you for being here with us. And I'm just very grateful that I'm able to create this type of music. And I really do feel like it's a piece of art. And I would love to share a piece of my heart, of my soul with you guys. So if you were to take the time to listen to it, I think you're going to love it and you're going to really enjoy it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who stayed to the very end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Listen to the album on all digital platforms. Out now. And comment down below if you guys want us to do a like meditation, breathing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
With shoes though, porque tengo hongos. I am not taking my socks off.
I'm not cutting my nails. Peace out, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.